Today, half of the people in the world live in cities, but in the next 15 years, another 10%, so 60% of everybody in the world is going to be living in a city. There's this previously unknown demand for transportation services, which has just grown rapidly. So that's a $5.4 trillion market. So microtransit is a new way of getting around in cities. And the important thing is it brings multiple riders together into the vehicle. So it's a more efficient way of both using the vehicle and the roads.
I think companies like Chariot are at war with single occupancy vehicles. Real estate prices are most expensive around transit hubs, but what about the rest of the people? Those are people that end up living in transit deserts. And that's really tough on them because now they have to have extra long commutes. And what happens is that increases the risk of them being late and holding down a reliable job or career.
The routes are based on the rider demand. It's crowdsourced.
Once we have a critical mass in a certain commuter corridor, we launch a twice daily service during the AM and PM commuter hours, and we use our 14 passenger vans. We can distribute the cost of that ride between not just one or two people, but actually a dozen or more riders. That allows us to get the price of the ride down to $4.
The way that transportation planners, they've always been stuck in this idea of where do I run routes, how do I use my big buses, how do I balance both capacity and service. But the difference now is a recognition that you need to fill in those gaps in new ways. And so what that looks like is the more flexible options like microtransit as a way to connect the missing links.